Oh, hello. Dostoevsky. Beauty will save the world. You know what beauty is? I'll show you. Have you seen this? Is it cold already? Have you seen this? Is it wet already? And have you seen this? Have you ever been to some misty lands? No? Well, this is your chance to be. Look, Innis is a game of beauty. First of all, have a look at this. These cards. Wonderful, marvelous, inspiring. And have a look in these small miniatures. Look at this. I mean, I think this is an old woman, but I'm not so sure. But there are others. And the clue is, all of these, I've picked the same. All of these make no difference in the game. Isn't this luxury? Fantastic. This is a game of, in a certain way, of area control, but there's much more to it. You all start to discover a new land, an island. Innis means island on a, like something Celtic language, something, you know. And you want to be the boss, the king of them all. And you can be, if you like, but you have to achieve one of 3 victory conditions. And if that's 2 or 3, it's alright, it's even better. And if you've got them all, that's alright, but you have to have more than the others. That's more important than everything else. And when you start a game of Innis, the island is very small. Like if there are 3 players, you start with 3 of these tiles. But there will be more, like the hills will come, you will explore the island. The highlands, oh here, very thematic, oh nice. And the gates of Tir na Nok, whatever that is. And your clans will populate everything, and which is very nice. There can be more than 1 clan of each color in one specific territory, which is nice because it gives us a feel of people working together, living together, and not just always having an idea of fighting, an idea of when you're in that territory and I enter it, one of us will have to die. And there may be clashes, of course, and they are also an important part of the game if you want to keep someone out of your territory, but usually they don't happen when things are set, when people are in the hills and don't enter or leave it. And the 3 victory conditions I was talking about are you have to be present in 6 of these tiles, or you have to be present in tiles with more than 5, so 6 centuries. Or you have to have 6 clans under your control. You are the chieftain of these clans. One of the fascinating things about Innis is that it does not have that much complexity. A round is dissected in different turns, and each turn you play 1 of these cards. You don't have any certain fixed amount of actions you can do every turn, but you play a card. You always have to play exactly one. And the main cards are these, the action cards. And at the beginning of the round you draft them. Everybody gets 4. Everybody gets 4 cards. And those cards are always the same. And this is interesting because it's not the sheer amount of possibilities, but the restriction of possibilities that gives birth to strategy. And this is the case here. You know what could happen and you can act accordingly. And this is also what helps the game to stay thematic. You see, if you've got an amount of possibilities, a fixed amount of possibilities, you are always just scrolling up and down to see which action to take. And this sucks the theme away from you. Also, when you've got a huge amount of possibilities to combine cards and to play a lot of cards in one turn, you end up having a paper centipede. And every turn is not just like a conquering of mountains or like a migration to the highlands. It's a puzzle to solve. Okay, let's see what do we have here. Okay, Orc, armor 3, nice. I have to move, I've got to move with that, but that's not enough. Okay, wait, let's think about the attack first. It's like this one, but here's physical resistance. Okay, I need this, but that's not enough. So perhaps I don't use this, I don't use this, I use this, and then I take a mana from there, or I put this back and take this, and then I take this, and then I get 2. What do I get? I get 2 of. Come on, concentrate. This game has a fascinating mix of you feeling that you can really build up a strategy over the rounds. You can achieve something, be present in more territories, build up more sanctuaries and keep the others out. But on the other hand, if you fall behind, it's not the end. Where we come to the end of the game. Because one of the great things in Innis is that the game ends in an organic way. There are many games which have a certain limit of turns, for example. But in Innis, usually every round, one territory tile will be added to the island. And usually every turn, one sanctuary will be added to the island. And thus, while the game progresses, it becomes more and more probable that one of the players will have one or more victory conditions. And this is genius. This is absolutely genius. And the second important thing I want to say about the end is you have to be very attentive to the game, because what your opponent does is sometimes surprising. Sometimes he sneaks into one of your territories, let's say with an epic tail card, and you have no possibilities to foresee that. And this is great. I have the feeling that whatever strategy you have, not seldom the game will still end in a surprise. Cards, the board, the mechanics, everything drags you into this dense Celtic theme of this exciting and surprising game. You can just feel that you're there in the cold mountains, the wet plains and the dark iron mines. What else can you expect from a game?